All right, let's jump right in. We're talking about something well, it's completely changing how software gets made. Imagine this. You have an idea for an app, and instead of learning to code, you just describe it in plain English, and it gets built. That's the huge idea we're going to break down today.
So, have you ever had this happen? You get that amazing, this could be it, app idea. And then you hit that wall, the coding wall. It feels impossible, right? Like, how on earth do you get this brilliant concept out of your head and onto a screen without being a programmer? We've all been there.
Well, for forever, the old way was just a grind. It was slow, super complex, and could cost a fortune. But now there's this new approach called vibe coding, and it is a total game changer. We're talking fast, simple, and accessible. Suddenly, the power to build isn't just for coders. It's for founders, designers, you, me, literally anyone with an idea. This is what it looks like when building software becomes available to everyone.
Okay, so to really get this, you have to understand it's not just about tools. It's a whole new mindset. Seriously, this isn't about writing code faster. It's about completely changing your role from the coder to the director.
So what are we actually talking about when we say vibe coding? It's pretty straightforward, really. Think of it like a partnership. You are the visionary. You describe what you want in plain English. And the AI, it's your super smart engineering team, building it for you. You just focus on the what, and the AI takes care of all the tricky how.
I love this quote because it just nails it. It's about going from being a bricklayer to an architect. You know, in the old way, you were down in the weeds laying every single brick, worrying about every little piece of syntax. But now, your job is to be the architect. You design the whole building, you have the vision, and you make sure it gets built right.
So let's really break that down. The bricklayer, the coder, is all about the how. How does this function work? Is the syntax right? How many lines of code? But the architect, the director, is focused on something totally different. The what and the why. What are we building here? And why does it even matter to the user? All of a sudden, the most valuable skills aren't just technical. They're your vision and your ability to communicate it clearly.
All right, the mindset shift makes sense. But what does this look like day to day? How does it actually work? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of the process, which is actually way simpler than you might think.
You can really boil the whole thing down to a simple three-step loop. First, you just describe the vision. You write out what you want, plain and simple. Next, the AI takes that and instantly generates a first draft, like a working prototype. And then, the really fun part, you direct and refine it. You're like, hey, change that button, or let's add a login page here. It's this back and forth conversation until it's exactly what you imagined.
Now, obviously, you need the right gear for this. And the good news is, a whole new toolkit has popped up that makes all of this possible. And it's getting better like every single day. And the way this toolkit is shaping up is really cool. You've got your platforms. Think of these as your digital workshop, places like Replit or Vercel v0. Then you have your AI assistant, which is like having a genius coder sitting next to you 24/7, things like GitHub Copilot. And finally, you need a place for your data to live, and databases like Firebase or Supabase make that part super easy. It's all about mixing and matching these to get the job done.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty and actually build something. We're going to do a quick lab and build a startup name generator to show you just how fast and powerful this really is.
So, here's the mission. We want a super simple web app. It needs an input box where you can type in industry like AI or coffee and a button. You click the button and boom, it spits out a bunch of cool startup names. Simple, right? But also super useful and a perfect way to test this out.
And this right here is basically the code. Just look at it. It's not a script, it's a set of instructions in plain English. We're not messing with HTML or JavaScript, we're just clearly describing what we want. This is what they mean by the art of the prompt. It's all about clear, direct communication. So the actual build process is exactly what we talked about earlier. We write that prompt, the AI spits out version 1, we'll take a look and maybe go, let's make that header bigger. Or can we get 10 names instead? We just talk to it and refine it. And when we love it, we just say deploy, and bam, it's live on the web for the whole world to see. It's that fast.
Okay, so building a little app in a few minutes is awesome. But let's zoom out, because the potential here is way bigger than just one project. This isn't a toy. Learning this skill can literally reshape your entire career.
Think about your journey as a builder, right? It starts with that first little project, our name generator. That's step 1. But before you know it, you can build a real, monetizable product that people would actually pay to use. And then, that can spiral into a whole new career path. You're no longer just someone with ideas, you're someone who can bring them to life faster than anyone ever thought possible.
So here's the bottom line. The barrier to actually creating something has basically crumbled. It's never been lower. You have this incredibly powerful partner just waiting for instructions. The only thing holding you back now isn't your technical skill. It's just your imagination and your ability to describe your vision. So the question isn't, can you code anymore? The real question is, what are you going to build?